Nah, it probably has to be like during the day or something like that on a Friday. Like, I think in the original games, it was like between like a certain time period on Fridays, you would get them. So I don't think we're getting a Drifloon. I don't think so. If I'd streamed this earlier today, maybe. I was busy earlier today. So, there's that. What are other things to potentially talk about? Like, I went into this sitting with like more like action items on the mind, and I've forgotten them already. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of forgot them already. Down this way we go. Miss when game devs would lie about glitches being glitches and instead are completely intentional features, like the 64 glitch in Final Fantasy IV, what I'm not familiar with, but it's not a bug, it's a feature. It's just a game feature. It's just a wonderful game mechanic. I wonder if you can just attribute like all the issues in this game to like, it's not a bug, it's a feature. It's totally a feature. It's great. All right, Route 205. Let us continue our adventure down this way. We're gonna have to go through here. We're gonna have to go to Eternal Forest. Who do I have up front right now? I sure do not remember. It's Lynn. I mean, Lynn up front is a pretty safe option, all things considered. We'll go with Malus for now. Sure, we'll do that. How about a quick battle before I leave for Eternal Forest? Again, what if this was my alarm? Camper Jacob. I swear you were here like Platinum as well, because like I recognize the name where it's like, what is going on with the fire there? Do I like it? Do I not like it? I feel like looking at the fire of that is like the biggest thing that puts into my mind the idea of, would this game like look way better if everything had like a small black outline, like it was a drawing? Maybe? Is what looking at that makes me think, at least. I don't know. Well, I guess I was wrong to switch to Malus here. First and foremost, I guess there was that. Let's send out Lynn after all. It seems like is what we'll do. But yeah, that certainly seems like a wacky thing to be occurring in that game. Is it as wacky as things that we've seen in this game, like the Rourke scale? It probably is wackier, but probably is a decent bit wackier. But you want to not? Ow! So dang rude. So gosh dang rude. I can't believe you've done this. When it comes to like other stuff to talk about, one of the things I could mention is like the upcoming stuff that we have on this channel for like the rest of the year, I guess. Defeated Camper Jacob. Isn't that crazy? That really dampened my spirits. Yeah, that'll show you. That'll show you, nerd. What kind of fool would have a name like freaking Jacob anyway? Certainly not me. There's no mountain here, but I'm dressed to hike. Ah, here goes. I don't like that spelling of Jacob. The freaking Western like American kind of way with a C. The proper way is the European way with a K instead of a C. What do I know? But yeah. I mean, you could glitch into the void in the original games. You can glitch into the void in even these versions of this game here, from what I've heard, which is certainly something. But yeah, when it comes to like the future of like what we have on this channel for the rest of the year, that's the evolution level, isn't it? I think that's the evolution level. But to send out matchup, so I guess we'll switch to what? No! Gosh darn you! I started pressing down to like cycle down to Lynn, and maybe I must have slightly tapped to the right or something and gone to moves. I thought I went to like a move summary kind of thing, so I pressed B to get over that menu, and it closed down the whole thing, and I kept my current active Pokemon out. Unbelievable. Well, there's that. There's the hiker despawning and then spawning back in as is normal. Oh, there was that. The biggest of spins, I suppose. All right, Leafage. So before this game came out, I knew that there was only like 3 upcoming games that were like new things to start for the rest of this year. Like we have like still plenty of ongoing games to get through before this year is done, but there was only like 3 new games to like cover as they released. One was this one. We're in the middle of this one already. And as I mentioned before, I was planning on originally doing like both Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, like one per platform. But plans changed. So here we are with the current state of things. You have 4 Pokemon, I'm just now realizing. The other two that I was planning on doing is we were thinking about potentially with one of my good streamer friendos, Shuck, doing a kind of co-op playthrough of the upcoming Five Nights game this December. Because I don't really do like horror stuff, like ever really. So I thought like, hey, if we hop in and try it out, maybe it'd be best experience with like a buddy and like, you know, it's a single player game. Just like giving control back and forth when things are getting a little bit 3 spooky 5 me, you know? So that's the thing that we'll be trying out. There's Mr. Hiker despawning and spawning back in, as is the will of the universe, I guess. And the other big thing for this year, as I was briefly talking about earlier, is Minecraft. Oh yeah, refreshing battle that was. Real refreshing. I wonder if I could ever grow out my freaking slightly grown mustache to ever look like that guy. Returning back to like my Taekwondo training here and there. Like, we typically wear masks during training, but, like, if you're gonna go drink water, you have to take it off briefly anyway. I've had some of my fellow students notice freaking this and be like, oh, are you growing out, like, a mustache and beard? I'm like, I'm trying out growing out a mustache right now. I'm not trying a beard. That part, I'm still, like, shaving off regularly. I'm not interested in a beard. But there's that. I wonder if I did ever try what it would look like. Probably hella ugly. But that's neither here nor there. Our starter is evolving. No longer a Turtwig, but now a proud Grottle. Congratulations, your Malus evolved into Grottle. Whoa. Grottle's data will be added to the Pokedex. There's a long I always thought that Grottle's cry sounded strange. It lives along water and forest. In the daytime, it leaves the forest to sunbathe the trees on in its shell. It looks like hedges on its shell. Or like weird bushes, essentially. But yeah, you have the full beard. Probably should look like you. Do you have a full beard? By chance, Lancer? Hi. I love Pokemon that smells sweet. I get so freaking high off of it. Like this one, get a whiff of it. Keep it away from me, you absolute psycho. Keep your freaking drugs away from me. That's how they get you. That's how they get you addicted. That's what they do. They freaking shove it right in your face. And they're like, you want some? Here, you gotta buy it now. First one was free. Now you gotta buy the rest. That's what they do. That's how they get you. A full beard for a while now. I don't think I'd ever be that interested in like a full beard. And I might even shave off this after November's over. That's what I might do. And it's funny because like because I stream like long, several hour long sittings on Twitch of games like this, and those get cut up into parts and put onto YouTube after the fact. It usually means that like YouTube uploads are like usually from a little while back after it's been going for a little while. Like by the time that this gets uploaded, I wouldn't be surprised if there was like already a week and a half more uploads prepared of Brilliant Diamond. So because we're gonna be getting through this like pretty fast as like a new game, and with it always gonna be at like this slow, like maybe 25-ish minutes a day on YouTube, I wouldn't be surprised if we wind up getting like really ahead in terms of YouTube uploads. And through, even if I do shave this off in freaking December, then it's not going to reflect in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond until like maybe the end of December. Maybe not that long, but later on. Are you freaking gosh darn it? Are you kidding me? That's how they get you. That's how they get you. So there's that. So if I say that like, if I do remove it in early December, and anybody watching this on YouTube sees me with you know, quite a ways into December without that change, that's why. It's because things are gonna be start being made pretty in advance here. And that's why everyone should totally go follow my Twitch. No, go heal Pokemon. My goodness. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this lady is Floridian, because that has some heavy dedication to drugs. It sure seemed like, huh? I don't like that plunger sound with each of the Pokeballs going in. It's so dang weird. Also, what are Klexos's moves? I never actually checked this properly, did I? Like, would it just be Transform or something? Pound Reflect. Is Transform one of the ones that you learn later? Pound Reflect type Amnesia. We can teach any TM if we want. Oh yeah, we did get access to the boxes from anywhere. I forgot to check that way earlier. Okay, well, there's that. The heal up has been completed. Let us go back to the route once again. So, yeah, this freaking flower lady over here was just interested in selling me things. What sure seemed like. That was my impression there, at least. Why does this lead up to nothing? Hidden item? Hidden item, yep. Hidden item indeed, 'twould seem. Anyway, when it comes to like the other plans for stuff later this year, like we have to wrap up all the currently ongoing games. It's a long way between Floroma Town and Eterna City, so let's battle. Mew learns Transform at level 10. Isn't our Mew already past level 10? Or like close? What level is our Mew? What level is our Mew? What the heck? But yeah, when it comes to playthroughs that'll be done on this channel for the rest of this year, there's the 13. Well then, well, there's that, I guess. Like, there's all of our current games that we need to wrap up and get through. So there's like this, there's Dark Souls 3, there's Paper Mario, there's, we were doing like some brief stuff in Planet Coaster, making this like holiday themed park. I'll get through the post game of Tales of Arise at some point. Like, we've already beaten Tales of Arise, so my priority is not on that. I'll just go back and beat like the post game. I don't know, maybe sometime in December, maybe even sometime next year, who knows. Like, I'm so ahead of the game when it comes to Tales of Arise uploads that, despite not having touched the game for several weeks now, I'm pretty sure the uploads for that go until, like, Christmas Day or something ridiculous. It's insane. That's neither here nor there. Hi. Hi, how you doing? Of all places possible, I've lost my way here. There's also Mario Party Superstars, but like we've done all the boards now, so we've covered all the things I want to cover. It's basically now just like doing games from time to time with those that, you know, that want to do games together and whatnot. So, you know, there's not like any obligation to go back and like finish off other content. There was Age of Calamity that I recently finished off by doing like all of the DLC missions. I just recently found out that there's apparently like a secret cutscene that you get if you complete like all of the side objectives during these missions. So I might come back for like one more brief Age of Calamity sitting, maybe if I get around to it. And there's like the new games that we talked about. So like, I don't want to pick up like other new playthroughs for the rest of the year, maybe if it can be avoided. Watch, it's gonna happen anyway. Apart from like the new things coming out of the freaking upcoming FNAF game, and the new update for Minecraft, where I plan on starting a server that friendos and content creator friendos are welcome to hop onto and whatnot. So it'd be a whitelisted thingamabob for that. That's how the target's HP equal to the user's HP. That freaking weird thingamabob. I'm not that interested in it in that case. But yeah, also thinking back to like Gen 4 and 5, so probably wrong. Yeah, I don't know what when Mew's gonna learn Transform here. I guess we'll see. We'll find out. Watch. It's gonna happen without me noticing it because there's the one open move slot right now. So because I don't have to go through a menu to like set it right now. Hey, I'm trying not to hold back. It's gonna happen without me even realizing it. What do you bet? But yeah, Minecraft is one of the things where it's like, it's one of those like really big influential games of me growing up. I started playing like beta 1.6 or 1.7 or something like that. They just added like rails or pistons or something like that, something along those lines. So that's what I started playing, and then around like, I don't know, maybe 2012 ish, I started playing like heavily modded for a good while. And like, I've covered a lot of the super influential games to me on this channel before, like freaking Roller Coaster Tycoon, Sly Cooper, Pokémon Mystery Dungeon, that are actually some. Pokémon Mystery Dungeon is one of the oldest playthroughs on this channel, and my quality freaking sucked back then. So I actually need to like redo my Pokémon Mystery Dungeon playthroughs at some point. Is what I'm gonna have to do. But that's neither here nor there. That's something to worry about, like, not anytime soon, because there's too many other games right now. But yeah, so but Minecraft is one of the things that's been like starkly missing. It's one of the things where it's like, I've thought about starting a series before, but I freaking haven't really properly gotten around to it before and whatnot. I'm before, don't know, should we play a little? Your Minecraft series gets insanely popular, forced to become a Minecraft YouTuber. I don't think I could see myself as a Minecraft YouTuber. I don't think I could see it happening. Like watching Minecraft YouTubers from like 2010 to 2013-ish, like those 4 years around that time frame, is probably what really got me into like YouTube playthrough content in the first place. And there was probably a time as a kiddo that I probably would have loved the idea of becoming like a Minecraft YouTuber. I don't see that for myself anymore. No. I'd rather not, actually. Like, if my channel ever grows and becomes known for something, I think it'd be cool if the Minecraft stuff that I do becomes well known for itself. but I don't want it to, I wouldn't want it to be the kind of thing that, like, defines my channel. I mean, I've had that kind of debate with myself before, having something do well on my channel and being like, should I just start basing a lot of what I do around it? Like, the most popular game that I can cover on this channel is probably Pokemon. A close second is probably Fire Emblem. Like, those are probably my, the 2 games that, like, I can cover on YouTube at least that get the most reception. So, like, if all I cared was about, like, following one singular theme and, you know, basing my content around that, just caring about the numbers, I guess, then I'd probably just play, like, Pokemon and Fire Emblem games or something like that. But I don't care about the numbers. I care about having fun. Are you not going to battle me? Oh, your range is just super low, I guess. What kinds of Pokemon live around here, I wonder? I hate how it needs to go back to, like, the full zoom out before the battle starts. It's weird. Picnic or Sienna. Wow. Like, I'm the kind of person that's always just gonna be happiest when I'm doing, like, a bazillion different things and, like, not ever settling on one thing for too long. And that's kind of what, like, the name of the game of my channel has been. Like, if I cared the most about, like, viewership and numbers and ad revenue, I'd probably stop doing playthrough content like this onto YouTube at all. Just have it be exclusively on Twitch and have YouTube just be for video essays. So if someone went to my YouTube channel, they'd just see my video essays and that's it. Because, like, oh, come on! I'm sure that doing all this playthrough content probably shoots myself in the foot for, like, the potential reception that my video essays could otherwise get if my channel was just that. But, you know, freaking the numbers, whether it be, like, viewership, subs, or ad revenue or anything like that, really isn't that big of a concern for me right now. I'm just doing what I'm having fun doing. Once I learn Poison Fang, cool. Like, if I ever started doing it, like, more seriously as a side job kind of thing, then maybe it's something I'd have to, like, you know, place a greater emphasis on. And it's like, I kind of started my YouTube channel and Twitch channel even just with the mentality of, like, I'm just gonna be doing it for fun till the end of time. It's probably never gonna get to the point where I need to, like, take it seriously anyway. But to be fair, the current state of the YouTube channel, realistically, is a point where I might actually need to take it seriously and kind of haven't yet. Like there was a time where basically all the revenue that I get from both Twitch and YouTube goes into, like, a separate account that I have. So I make sure that, like, I reinvest all the earnings back into the channel in some way to make sure that, you know, any revenue made from the channel is going towards, like, making the channel better. So over the course of years, I use that to, like, upgrade my equipment, get, like, a good microphone, a mic arm, a pop filter, 2 solid cameras, a freaking $200 light behind my camera I control with my Wi-Fi, my freaking ridiculous graphics card that's currently in my stream PC, a stream deck that stays under my computer, my freaking multi-monitor setup, stuff like that, my capture card that I'm currently using. But now it's at the point where it's like all these categories that could use solid equipment, I now have a solid thing in each of these categories, and now I don't really have any more physical things on the mind for, oh, come on, that I can, like, reinvest into. Like, I use the funds from, like, you know, the channel earnings to pick up things like new games that I cover on said channel and whatnot. Like, that's at least a physical thing that, you know, it can be reinvested into. But apart from that, I'm blanking on, like, other physical things that can potentially be reinvested into. So, like, I've just been, like, accumulating, like, channel revenue on the side for, like, a good while without it being used on, like, anything. And because I do still want to use it on the channel. I don't want to just, like, take that and, like, put it in my own pocket or anything like that. I do still want to use it on the channel in some way. Like, the only thing not channel related that I sometimes do with it is, like, donate it when we're doing, like, charity events, or if a fellow streamer friend of mine is doing charity events, and that's what I'll do there. Funds from channel earnings does not compute. How does that happen? That's how I freaking felt for freaking 3,000 years. What's crazy about, like, YouTube is probably, like, 99% of the earnings there are just the video essays that have done well for themselves. Like, those are the ones that have, like, the ads that are, like, the skippable video ads, or, like, the things that play like that. On all my playthrough videos like this, I just have, like, the little pop-up ads that you can just, like, press X on. Because I figure, like, these are, like, streamed on Twitch anyway and are just cut up into parts with, like, next to no editing. So I don't think, like, the effort that goes into them is worth having, you know, not worth having the value there of more ads. Why would I litter those with stuff? So I think, like, the earnings that I get off playthrough stuff is, like, maybe a couple cents a thingamabob. I can tell you, like my the first episode of freaking Pokemon Brilliant Diamond published yesterday. It's probably like a handful of cents. I'm curious. Let's see here. Can I check the thingamabob? I'm curious. I know that there was a page you could check it. It's probably like 2 cents or something. Can I not check it? Oh, freaking gosh darn it. I don't know where the menu is anymore. Was it be analytics? Can I check specific thingamabob? How do I check specific thingamabob? I don't even know. I know that there used to be a way, but I know that the last time that, yeah, episode 1's the money episode. I've thought about that before. Like, freaking episode 1 of some playthroughs is when I should have, like, the skippable video ads. But I'm not really that interested in that. Not really too interested in that kind of thing. Like, I think that my lesser kind of video essays that get, like, maybe a couple hundred views, I think the revenue those make is, like, $2 or something. Like, I think it's something like that. Or, like, maybe $1.50. I don't know. Hey, look, a Shellos. Like, literally 99% of the YouTube revenue is just the freaking, like, 2 to 3 video essays that the algorithm just decided to, like, roll with. It's literally what it is, essentially. So there's that. But yeah, nothing about YouTube. You've been adblock for 12 years. Good old. I've never used adblock before. I use freaking YouTube Premium is what I do. I use the freaking student plan that they have, since that's not too bad. Oh, I guess that's one thing that the channel funds are technically used for. That I guess it sort of has to do with the channel, but also kind of doesn't. Is my YouTube Premium membership. I kind of count it as like it helps me do that because when I'm browsing for like specific clips or footage that I need to use for like editing my video essays, not having to wait through ads very much speeds up the process. So in my eyes, it very much does actually help out the channel. But again, it's in like a weird kind of place right now where it's like the natural next step should probably be like actually bringing on some other people in some kind of a way. So like I started experimenting with this like a couple of years ago, honestly, where for some video essays I would commission artists that were around the channel for art that I would slap on thumbnails. And that was my way of like taking the revenue of the channel and both using it to like improve the channel with things like better thumbnails for said video essays, while, you know, helping support those around the channel that have helped the channel get to where it is with like their viewership and support and whatnot. So there was a time that I was commissioning a lot of artists around the community, and there was a time that I used to have a lot more custom art thumbnails for my video essays. A lot of the artists have like moved on since then, and there's not as many around anymore, so I usually just like do all the video essay thumbnails myself. Because like, you know, I feel most comfortable hiring / commissioning somebody around the community, somebody that's like part of the happenings here and who I know, and like I can help out in that way, in this mutually beneficial way, and feel good about doing that. Like I've only gone onto Fiverr for a commission once, and it was for the Creators Collide logo. That was the only time that I've gone on Fiverr for a commission, and the person I commissioned there actually did like a really awesome job with that title card. But I feel most comfortable when it's like I'm using this channel to help support those that enjoy this channel. You know, that's what I feel like the most good about. So it's like I feel like one of the natural next steps would probably be hire an editor for things like my video essays, because a lot of hours go into that. And if I could take, you know, some of the hours out of working on that, that'd be nice. Just give it to someone else to do. But I haven't done that yet for 2 reasons. One, I feel most confident doing things myself and like knowing like what footage to do for each sentence example. Like, because I've done a lot of playthroughs on this channel, and when I'm going through the script for my video essays and I'm like editing and I hear me read out this one line of like yada 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 yada, and I'm editing it, I'm like, oh, my playthrough of X game from a year ago during this one event is like the perfect thing to have over that clip. I don't think anybody that I could freaking hire as an editor would have like an intimate understanding of like, you know, my entire library of playthrough content that they can refer to for various different clips and whatnot. So I feel most confident with that. And 2 is I just don't know anybody personally who's like an editor. Like I could go onto platforms like Fiverr and, you know, seek out like a stranger or something like that. But I don't know. I just really like helping to support those I know like around in this community first and foremost before I specifically like seek out a stranger who might be interested in like some freelance editing work or something like that. So I don't know, it's like a weird situation where it's like for a while now I felt like maybe the next step is like hire an editor for my video essays / maybe for my Minecraft stuff when it comes up, because the Minecraft stuff that will be starting on this channel will be like the first series that I do that'll actually be a very, very highly edited like playthrough series. It'll be something very different to try. But I don't know anybody around the community currently who's a editor, and I felt nervous about, you know, going commissioning someone I'm not familiar with. If anybody's watching this on YouTube after the fact that does editing and might be interested in a job, send me a DM. Well, let's go into a turn of forest.